Did Keir Starmer just cosplay Enoch Powell? The island of strangers gaffe that's shaking UK politics. Right, gather around, political content lovers. Today we're plunging into the Prime Minister's latest oops moment. The kind that makes you wonder if Keir Starmer just accidentally cosplayed as Enoch Powell. Spoiler, Starmer says it was a mistake. But, blimey, what a mistake to make. Welcome back to UK Plug, your go-to for unpacking the chaos so you don't have to. Picture this. You're the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. The cameras are rolling, the nation is on edge, and you're about to deliver a keynote speech on immigration, a topic more volatile than a kettle left unattended. Then, somehow, you end up echoing one of the most controversial politicians in British history. It's like accidentally wearing your ex's jumper to a family dinner. Technically innocent, but, mate, how did we get here? Last month, Keir Starmer stood at the dispatch box and declared that without tighter immigration rules, Britain risked becoming an island of strangers, not a nation that walks forward together. On paper, it sounded like standard political rhetoric, a call for unity, a warning about division. But, as it turns out, those words landed with a historical thud. Here's where things get spicy. Enter Enoch Powell, a name that sends shivers down the spines of British politicians faster than the word expenses scandal. Powell's 1968 Rivers of Blood speech is infamous for igniting toxic, racist discourse around immigration for decades. And guess what phrase he loved throwing around? You got it, warning Britain about becoming a place of strangers. Now, did Starmer quote Powell verbatim? No. But the sentiment was close enough to make historians spit out their tea and political opponents sharpen their knives. It's like accidentally using Hitler's favorite font on your wedding invitations. Technically not the same thing. But mate, read the room. The backlash was swift. Social media went into meltdown mode. Opposition MPs circled like sharks at a blood bank. Suddenly, Starmer's big immigration speech was less about policy and more about damage control. How did our PM explain this political faceplant? In a recent interview with The Observer, Starmer threw himself on his sword, samurai style. I wouldn't have used those words if I had known they were an echo of Powell, he admitted. Right, we're going with an honest mistake defense. Fair enough. But this raises a fascinating question. How does a Prime Minister's speechwriting team, presumably filled with people who actually studied politics, miss this connection? It's like a chef not knowing pineapple on pizza is controversial. How are you even in this job? Starmer continued, I had no idea and my speechwriters didn't know either. Now, I'm not saying every PM should memorize every racist speech from the past 60 years, but Rivers of Blood isn't exactly obscure. It's like forgetting the Beatles existed. But, credit where it's due, Starmer's damage control was pretty textbook. He didn't double down, didn't blame the media, and didn't try to gaslight the public into thinking Enoch Powell was a misunderstood hero. I deeply regret using it, he said, a clear attempt to own the mistake and move on. This is Politics 101. When you mess up, own it fast and move on. It's like apologizing for accidentally liking your ex's Instagram post from 2019. Acknowledge the slip, promise it won't happen again, and hope everyone forgets by next week. But here's the rub. In politics, no one forgets. This gaffe is now tattooed on Starmer's record, right next to his flip-flopping on campaign promises and the time he took a knee. Every future immigration speech will be viewed through the lens of this island of strangers moment. This incident perfectly captures the minefield that is modern British politics. Immigration is already the third rail of UK discourse. Touch it wrong and you're toast. Add in historical baggage, social media amplification, and opposition parties hungry for a scalp, and you got yourself a proper political storm in a teacup. The real tragedy isn't just that Starmer made the gaffe. It's that it overshadowed what could have been a legitimate policy discussion. Instead of debating numbers, integration strategies, or economic impacts, we're all arguing about whether the PM accidentally channeled a racist from the 1960s. It's like trying to have a serious conversation about climate change, but everyone's distracted by whether Greta Thunberg's outfit matches her PowerPoint slides. This moment also highlights a broader issue, the quality of political communication in the UK. When your speechwriters can't spot obvious historical parallels, your fact-checkers are apparently on holiday, and your political antenna can't detect a Powell reference, maybe it's time for a staffing shake-up. Powell isn't a character from Harry Potter. He's a warning from history. At the end of the day, Starmer's Island of Strangers moment is probably just an embarrassing mistake, not a sinister dog whistle. But it's also a masterclass in how not to do political communication in 2024. The lesson? Know your history, check your phrases, and maybe invest in a speechwriting team with some historical savvy. Was this an innocent mistake or a sign of deeper incompetence? Drop your thought below. I read every single one. And trust me, some of you are funnier than the politicians I cover. If you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button, subscribe for more political drama, and ring the bell, because with this government, there's always another scandal brewing. Until next time, keep your historical references clean and your political gaffes to a minimum.